Hello, hello, hello. It's your new day with Donna Reiners and Dr. Cami Owen, where we solve all the world's problems, or maybe just one. And maybe it's yours. In our 30 minutes, we talk about your emotions and mind and how they tie into your body and spirit. We want you to renew and restore yourself in a world that wants you crazy. And sometimes we even talk about money. Introducing your hosts, Donna Reiners and Dr. Cami Owen. Hello, hello, hello. This is Donna Reiners and
Dr. Cami,
the one and only. And we're dedicating this to encouraging you. So we're going to just share our hearts with you and really, truly just encourage you. And so I'm just going to pretend like you're one person, just one. And so listen to me. You're going to be all right. You are a thriver, not just a survivor. Everything within you that wants to die has permission to live. Everything within you that seems like dust, like people just keep dusting you off and leaving you and just leaving you to die, I'm telling you, you need to live. I might even raise my voice. I might even do that. I have a video like that, actually, come to think of it, where I talk about suicide. And I scream, live, live, live. It's got like, 10,000 views or something over the last 5 years, because I want you to live. And I know you may not want to live. And you may not know what to do with that. And there's somebody there that somebody is going to watch this, and nobody knows that you don't want to live. It is this private place inside you. And you know what? Years ago, I had a situation inside of me where I was feeling those thoughts, and I had this random call from someone. So just look at me as your random call. And this random call said, "What are you thinking about right now?" And I said, "Well, actually, I was thinking about dying and going to heaven." Just innocently. He said, "You're what?" I said, "I'm just thinking about dying and going to heaven." And it's, "Why would you think that?" And he said, I said, "Well, I was thinking about how I've been having a good time on earth and how I've been helping people, and it's okay if I just die and go to heaven tomorrow." And then he said, "I don't think that's the voice of God for you." I said, "Really? So why is that?" I mean, because I was just so excited about living. I thought, well, dying, what's the difference? I mean, this is how subtle. And for me at the time, what worked for me was him taking me to a psalm and him reading a psalm out loud out of Psalm 91 and talking to me about a long life for me. So I just want to encourage you that you can have long life. You may not want long life. You may have convinced yourself that darkness is your friend. But darkness is not your friend. And I just want to talk to you about living, not dying. And I know there was some who say, "Well, it's your choice. You can die if you want to." Well, you know what? This is the thing. God lives inside of you, and God is all about you living. And those little bitty thoughts that you entertain, those little bitty tiny little thoughts, those pile up until they're going to become the foundation of death for you. And I want those to just be pulled away so that you can begin to build a foundation of life for you, because life is your inheritance.
yes. And, the inference here is that you want to, die right now. Like there might be that. But I would argue that some people do it slowly every day. They do the thing that doesn't feed them, that does not feed their soul into life. And why that happens, there could be a gazillion reasons. Sometimes it's just becomes a habit. It just really becomes a habit of how you think and how you see the life, and then
Perspective.
Again, in the frequency world, you're just looking for that, and that's what shows up for you, because that is the radio frequency and radio station you are playing, and the radio station you're looking for.
Yeah.
And you could hear classical music, you could hear the most beautifully angelic sounds in the world. You won't hear them because they're not the radio station you're playing.
Even if they were there, you won't hear them.
That's what I'm saying. You just won't hear them.
Can't hear them.
You physically can't hear them, or you're not looking for it. So in the encouragement world of honoring who you are and honoring the divinity within all of us, that we are worth it. We are that big. We are that amazing. We are that worthy of greatness, and experiencing love and experiencing joy and experiencing all those things. That there's a lot of narrative that does not want us to feel that.
That's right.
So we've been trained. We've been good little soldiers and been trained to not know ourselves in that way. And that, if you love yourself, oh, you're conceited. If you love yourself, you're full of yourself. Yes, be full of yourself. It's okay. Because if you don't love you, who else is going to love you? Because even if they do love you, you will not recognize it. It's not a sound. It's not a piece of beautiful music that you can actually hear, because you have your ears turned off to that, because it's not something that's in your field. It's not something that you can actually hear. So step one is to love you. You can't love anyone else until you love you. Just like, people that go out and want to heal the planet and heal the world and
they avoid themselves along the way.
Your number one job is for you to heal yourself. Yes. Because if you heal yourself, we're all quantumly entangled. So you're healing everyone at the same time. That drip of healing goes everywhere. So
that's good.
It's not selfish. It's not conceited. It's not wrong. It's none of those things to love yourself, because when you love you, you are loving God. You are loving the God within you.
That's right.
And that, if you just start focusing on that frequency of love, of unconditional love, just get to love first and then unconditional love. Despair, sadness, none of that can exist in the same place. It cannot, they don't sound the same. This is louder than this. So if they're both playing, this is always going to be what you can hear if you choose to hear it. And you can hear it. We're all designed to hear it. We're designed to be it. We're designed to feel it. That's what we're designed as human beings, and as God's image, made in God's image. That's what we're actually designed to be, is unconditional love, and having the choice to choose it or not. And we're just asking you to choose it, and we're encouraging you to choose it, and we're saying it's right there for you to choose it. Nothing special has to happen. You don't have to do anything special.
You don't have to earn it.
You don't have to earn it. You don't have to deserve it.
That's right.
You don't have to any of that.
That's
it's
right.
Just you can choose it in this moment.
And how do you choose? Some of you may not even know what to do. I mean, I grew up with a lot of self-rejection, a lot of other rejection where people rejected me. And, it's like, which came first, the egg or the chicken kind of thing? Is it because I attracted it, or because it doesn't matter at the end of the day? I grew up hating myself strongly in the arena of self-hatred. And it took years for that to change for me. I know some people it changed overnight. So it can go either way for you. But if you don't know what to do, and it may sound lame to you, but you can start with simple things like putting your hand right here. And you don't have to put your hand there. You may not have a hand. Don't know. I like to take action, though. You can even get some oil if you want to get all crazy on it. You can put a little oil up here. I have an oil called Acceptance that I love to tap on my head. And you can just tell yourself that I accept myself. So while you're watching this, how about you do this with me? Oh, you ready? I accept myself. I love myself. You say it with me. I receive myself right where I am. I receive me right where I am. Just breathing in and breathing out. Breathe out everything that you truly know is not real truth. Oh, I know you want it to be true. Some of you fight for the truth to hate yourself. You have convinced yourself that the negative part of you is so big and so loud that you don't deserve to have anything positive. But you've convinced yourself of that. You've told yourself that so many times that you're living in this chaos of dark pain. And you honestly don't have to live there. I'm not saying it'll change overnight, though it can. But you can start by just, what is it? Some people self-medicate.
Mm-hmm.
How about you self-affirm?
Mm-hmm.
How about you self-affirmicate? let's think of a new way. And I've done this. I do this. I tell myself I love me. I look myself in the mirror and I tell myself that I love myself. And I love when she said, when you love yourself, you're loving everybody else. Listen, it is not about you. Your love for you can be about you, but even if you can't make it about you, you can do it because it's not about you. Either way, it's a win-win.
Right.
Loving yourself is the solution. I have found loving yourself is the solution for every single problem I have seen. Even some of the work problems I see happen with people's lives, it always come down to some kind of decision making that in the bottom, getting down to the roots, is because they're not seeing something just right. It's because there's not love for themselves in that area. Because it really is all about love, the frequency of unconditional love.
Yes. And, I know people that struggle with this. Like, it'll have a physical effect on your body.
It does.
We talked in the past about Dr. Emoto, and we're mostly water. And our thoughts, which are scalar waves, they're actual frequency. And what you think, it goes out as well. What you say out loud has more frequency to it because it actually has vibrational tone to it. So when you stand in the mirror and look at yourself and say, I love me, I am loved, I love, it actually puts it out there in reality, and all of your cells actually hear that and actually respond to it in a way that if you take a glass of water and you say, I hate you, into the glass of water, the crystals in that glass of water will look completely different under a microscope than if you take that same glass of water.
That's right.
And say, I love you, and then look at that water under a microscope. The crystals are beautiful. And the I hate you water, they're not even formed. They're like monsters. And so we are mostly water. So when we do that, we are making beautiful crystals or we're making ugly crystals. And when you have a thought or an emotion, you can absorb that from other people. So if you've been around people, it's like they just lift you when you're around them. They have some really beautiful crystals oscillating in there. But you've been around people that they get in your space and you're just like, it's a drain on you. That your body, you and who you are really is responding to that. So saying I love you to yourself.
And if you have more dark crystals in you, cracked crystals, negative crystals in you, and you're around someone who has negative crystals, you might feel very comfortable around them as well.
Mm-hmm.
You may not like it that it's all negative, but it might be that y'all are more alike than you think.
Yes, that's true. And because you're playing the same station.
Yeah.
So you're not overriding each other.
And if you can control that space, it makes you even more happy if you're a red personality.
Yes. And you've seen people that the birds of a feather, flock together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not an accident. It's actually, reality.
There's science to that.
There's science to it. But also, if you choose to have something different in your life, go find those people and surround yourself with those people. There's a saying, you want to see your future, look at your friends. So if you have friends that, let's just use something very tangible that people can relate to, money. You have people that are on the internet and all these places giving you advice about money, and they don't have a pot or a window.
Mm-hmm.
So how are they going to advise you when they aren't that? They don't oscillate at that frequency. So if you want to be a millionaire, you want to You don't even have to want to be a millionaire. You want to have financial freedom or control over your finances, go hang around with people that do that, that are that. And you will actually, if you're here oscillating here, not like good and bad, but just it's a different frequency, and you want to be at this frequency, go hang with people that are at this frequency. So, like hanging with us, we're talking about these type of things that are not a normal conversation that most people have. And we understand that, and that's how we found each other. Because
that's true. We oscillate toward each other.
We do. And it's sometimes, I take heat. I know you take heat in the way that we speak, and people are looking at us like, what'd you just say?
Or shut your mouth.
Yeah, or shut your mouth. I never hear that. But it's okay. It's okay, because I know who I am, and I know that, in my heart, I'm not out to hurt anyone.
That's right.
And I have battled with that self-hatred. I have absolutely battled with that. And I've battled with, who am I? Who am I to, be all that? Or who am I to think I deserve that? And then I really got, who am I not to? Who am I not to shine? Who am I not to, unleash the gifts that I was blessed with out in the world? It's actually selfish not to. It's selfish to not show up in my full glory of who I am, and who what the divine in me has we agreed to do when I came in and said, I'm going to do this. And then I come in and I play small. That's selfish. That is not showing up and showing up to everyone, because again, we're all connected, but to not show up at what I agreed to show up as. And it's okay. It's okay to show up. I encourage you to show up. And if you don't even know what showing up means, it's okay. Just show up anyway, because it's in there. You have all the answers. You don't need answers from anyone else. You don't need anyone else to tell you this. We're encouraging you because maybe you've forgotten how amazing and awesome you actually are. And that's part of our job, is to help wake you up to remembering who you are. Not knowing who you are, because you already know at some level, at a lot of different levels, you already know this. But there's some little block that might, have the blinders on, and our job is to go, hey, and you're like, I don't want to wake up. And you're like, no, really, wake up.
Wake up.
And then
don't make me come slap you.
Because I will slap you in front of the company. I don't care. I used to tell my kids that all the time. I will slap you in front of the company. I've never slapped my kids in my life, but I would. Tell them that, and they knew I was full of it, and I would never do it. But I have great kids. Our kids are great. But just know that you are amazing, just like you are, and just like you're not. So whatever you think you need to be, and whatever you've assigned this idea of how it's supposed to be, I'm asking you and encouraging you to give that up.
Yeah, just let it go.
Because you're putting yourself in a box of what's actually possible. And like, even when I pray and I talk about this with clients all the time, because they come in with a set thing. I want to not have diabetes, or so that's one thing, is looking at what you don't have. When you focus on what you don't have, your mind, your subconscious, the universe, it can't unpack what you don't want. So state it in the affirmative. I am healthy and well. I am loved. I love unconditionally. I see only divine perfection. If you state those things, you are now giving your cells the instructions. This is what we're doing now.
Right.
I thought we were being diabetic. No, we've changed. We've made a new choice, because it's in this moment. Every single moment you're recreating yourself. So you can recreate yourself and create yourself anew every single moment. Even if 2 moments ago you were dropped down drunk that was on heroin and cocaine, in 2 more moments you can choose to be sober and clear-minded. And that's what we're saying. And I know a lot of people are like, they're crazy. That's not true. That's not. It is. It's that simple.
You can have a new alignment. And I saw something a few minutes ago, and she was talking. It's a little silly thing, but I pictured when she was talking about cells, cells, I saw this picture with all our cells having little coats on them, and all the coats said love. And I thought, that is so cool. So I just want to encourage you to picture, just let's take a moment, picture your all your cells, and they all have little coats on them, and they all say love. Just think of the alignment inside of you. It doesn't matter whether you feel love or not. It doesn't matter whether you think you're pretty or not, or this is more of an intention. You know, an intention like when you set the alarm and you hit the alarm 5 times and you finally hit it and you get up, that's the intention. Or you decide, oh, I need to go brush my teeth. Oh, that's the intention. Or you find the intention of the decision. And I want you to, in your mind, see the decision of the cells with love on them. And I want you to see those cells with love, when you see love traveling through your body. You know, I want you to see life and love traveling through your body. And some of you might have sticky blood. Well, just picture all that love all piled up to each other with thousands of little loves next to each other, if that's the case. And then picture the other cells traveling through and loosening those sticky love bugs up. I heard, I don't know where the study is. She probably know these things, but you know, your intention is as strong as if you actually physically experience something.
Yes.
So if that's the case, aren't we in charge more of what we think and what we feel than we think?
Yeah, 100%. No, we are.
We can choose the alignment.
Yes.
The alignment in loving ourselves, the alignment in believing in ourselves. Maybe nobody around you believes in you. Maybe you feel like nobody around you believes in you. And you know what? You might be around some sorry dogs. I don't know. But you can still change your mind in the midst of all of that, and you can still find clarity. And yes, you'll have to keep your own clarity. Yes, tomorrow morning we wake up and you're still around those same dogs. You're around somebody who's promoting harm or promoting verbal or some kind of abusiveness. You know, your inside temperature is something you're still in charge of. And if you'll, I really, you know, in my world, it's called a word of knowledge. Listen to me. If you are in that kind of experience, you need to quickly start telling yourself that you love yourself. And you quickly come into an intention of self-love, because you need an escape route. And you're not going to have an escape route if you're looking for an escape route because you're in a panic, because you need to get out, because you need to preserve your life or your family's life. But if you will get calm on the inside, and if you will, just with me, I'm going to do it with you. I want you to just picture all the pieces, all your feelings, all your emotions, and all the fear, and all the hallucinations, and all the strong anger, and all the things happening. I'm just gathering it all up. I'm just literally gathering it. And if you were in my hands, you would feel me gathering it. And it's very dark and it's very strong, but I'm gathering it all up. And I'm just absolving it down and throwing it down until it's just buried down into the ground. I want you to feel clarity come to you so that you can make a new decision, because you do not have to remain trapped. You might have to be strategic in getting out, but there's a window somewhere open for you that you can find a way out. I don't know if you got something while I was talking about that, but that's something that's for real, somebody.
Yes, yes. The other thing, inside of that, we're getting the 3-minute warning.
Yeah.
But you have all the answers. I just want to reiterate that. You have all the answers. If you can get quiet, we've talked about in other shows, and you can get still and really get that you it'll come to you.
Yes.
You, if you allow it, if you choose it, if you choose it, that's the word. And you can say, I choose me. I choose me. And that might be all you can muster right now. Is I choose me. And you know what you choosing you looks like. It's okay. You're not supposed to know. You're supposed to just let it be in a broader sense, a broader scope of just the most benevolent outcome for me.
And you're going to be okay. There's a discovery tour for you when you're able to escape from this situation. You've got a discovery tour in front of you, and you might rock out you might have some bumps along the way, but the clarity that you're going to have to be able to move her through and get out and get moving is going to open up a life for you. And listen to me, you deserve a new life, and it's okay that you have a new life, and it's okay that you not stay trapped, and it's okay that you not be abused, and it's okay that you not take on this other person's all those issues. It's okay that you run.
Yes.
And we just say that to you with all the love in our hearts. We bless you. So I just speak peace and release and love and mercy and graciousness. I speak divine release into you. I speak the grace of God into you. I say rise up on the inside of you. Rise, 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 rise on the inside of you. Look yourself in the mirror again. Look yourself in the eyes again. Tell yourself you have hope. You have bold confidence, and that it is going to be okay because you are more than a conqueror, and you are sovereign, and you can make a new decision. And I speak that to you from my spirit alive in Christ. And I bless you until our next time. Until soon. It's Donna and Cammie.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining Your New Day with Donna Reiners and Dr. Cammie Owen. We look forward to seeing you next time. Remember, we solve all the world's problems, or maybe just one, and maybe it's yours. Until soon.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Donna Reiners, and this is
Dr. Cammie Owen.
Woo! And we have a show called Your New Day on the Grace Awakening Network, where we solve all the world's problems, or maybe just one, and maybe it'll be yours. And sometimes it's ours, to be quite frank. We invite you. It is on Roku at 10:30 a.m. on Wednesdays. We look forward to seeing you there. Bye-bye.